Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to the International Video Hop. I'm honored to be a part of this. Our theme this month are masculine cards. And we have a really nice stamp set and bundle that is part of our online exclusives. And I thought this would be a perfect one to do a masculine support card. Too often we don't have support cards for our male counterparts. So I thought this would be a really good one to do at this point. Now, this has some excellent things. These are only at 75%, these stamps, but I thought this part here would be really nice to show off. Now, it does come with some dies that are in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have kind of like a reverse spotlight sort of type card on there. So let's get started on that. Now, I have a piece of Pretty Peacock. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So let's go in, fold into the mountain, and let's just bring in our bone folder and get a really crisp look there. I also have some Lost Lagoon. Now this Lost Lagoon happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got another piece of basic white that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then of course the inside piece, which is the 4 by 5 1/4. Now, if you are in the metric, these have just gone down just by 5 centimeters from your regular card base, and then this would be by 3 centimeters. All right, so let's get going on this particular one. Now, there's a few things, and I've done some things ahead of time, but I'll show you how I go about getting that. Now, this is photopolymers. We want to use our paper piercing mat. So this one is this image that's right here. And if you notice on this image, and you'll notice even on this part here, it has a bit of a gap here. We want that part to go down here on the corner. And I'm going to show you that these dies that will cut out, we'll cut them out, have these little tabs on there. So when I go and I stamp this, and let's go ahead and stamp it, and then I'll show you how that works exactly. So we're going to stamp this in Pretty Peacock. And let's just get that inked up. Like I say, it's photopolymer, so we want to make sure that we've got it on the paper piercing mat. Just like this. And then, like I said, this part here is going to go down here in the corner. So I'm just going to go line this up about like there and just go down and press that in. Just like that. And we'll put that off to the side and get that clean. And then this is the smaller of those two dies, and it's just going to go in here. And by lining it up in that part there, it helps you line all of that up evenly. So I'm just going to go, I've already gone and cut that, so it just comes just like that. Right, so let me just put that part back in here. Now, this part here, we are going to then attach this piece that is 3 7/8, and I'm going to center that. I want that so it's centered onto the back, so that when I go to put it on, it's going to be easy. And then I'm coming in with a pencil, and we're going to do this quite light. Like I say, I want to just have this part here, just like that, and a tiny bit over here. And the reason I want that is because when I come in with this image here and possibly this image here, I want it to be underneath this part. So let me just go and grab this image, and it's this image here, this one right here, and I'm going to ink that up with the Pretty in Peacock. All right. And like I say, with that pencil mark there, I'm just going to bring this down. I don't want it up above. I want it down because I want it to show outside of, I want it to be covered when I go and this image goes on there. So I'll show you that in just a second. So when I do that, you see when this gets put on there, that part is down. Now, I never thought of this, but I could go ahead and use this particular image. Really neat tree image. I'll see how that would look. You know what? I might not do that. I might do that on the inside piece. So just bear with me. I might decide to change that in a second. All right, so we have those two pieces yet. And like I say, this piece goes on the inside. So we just want to put that off to the side. Now, what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to erase those pencil marks. It's quite funny. If you don't, and we're going to do our next step, what's going to do is it's going to show up. Now, it's actually hidden here. I could risk the chance of getting, I could risk the chance of that smudging, but it's pretty good there. All right, so then I am now going to come in and I want to do some sponging on there. Now with this sponging, I went and I cut, and this is number 8 from the Deckled Circles. And it's this, when I go number 8, I start from the middle and go that way. So I went and cut this in a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, so that it was exactly the same size as this. So when I go in here, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this sponged. Now I'm just going to come off of here. Now what I could do, well, it's not quite, I guess I did that just a little bit bigger. So what I want to do is I don't want that moving around on me. So I'm actually going to come in with my Post-it note tape. And I'm just going to actually, whoops, I want to put some paper down here so that I don't get it all over my desktop here. So I'm just going to come and just, whoops, we don't want that there because there's going to be that little corner there. So I'm just going to put that there and a little bit right up here as well. And then that way that should not move. Now I'm going to come in with my Lost Lagoon and also Daffodil Delight. I want to put a moon in there. Now I punched this out and I see it's a little uneven. So I'm just going to go straighten that up. Sometimes that happens when you use a Post-it note. So, and I'm just going to put that right up about, you know what, I want to make sure. So let me go back in and make sure that that's going to be in this inside part of this card. So I'm going to go just put it right about there. So see, that was good that I went and I checked that. All right, so I'm going to come in with the Daffodil Delight first. And I'm going to come in with a blending brush. So let's just get that. And I'm actually just going to go lightly just around here. I don't want it to be too bright. And then we're going to come in with the Lost Lagoon with a bigger brush because we have a larger area to cover. And we're just going to get that covered in there. Now I'm going to make sure that I don't cover too close to that Daffodil Delight in there. Just like so. And then I can go just a bit darker along this part here. And we can take just a peek and see that that's okay. And just like I say, just a bit darker, just along the bottom. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to come in and just take this piece off. Just going to put that on our thing. And then with that little bit that's on the blending brush, I'm just going to go in because I don't want it to be completely white in there. All right, so now we've got that. I'm just going to take this piece off. And now what we're going to do is this part here is going to get attached here. So just like this, and then that is going to go onto here. Now I think the easiest way of doing this is attaching this. Now I could make this where it's raised up, which probably would be the best. So I'm going to come in with my dimensionals. Now this is going to take a few dimensionals. So I'm going to take advantage of my pieces that are like this. I want them to be here. And I'll do the same. Well, I can't very well do the same on the other side. But I do have quite a few of these pieces sometimes. Let's just pull that part off. And this is going to go here. And that's going to be probably close enough there. And let me just come in some more with some of these. And you could use strips. You could use a lot of different, the other strips if you want on this particular one. I just think that this will be a lot better if it's has these on here. And then this part is going to be here. It's going to come right about there. And then I can just put a couple more dimensionals right down there. Like I said, we are using a few dimensionals, but we want to make sure that that doesn't dip in too much. One there and one there. All right, so let's just take those off. Here. So make sure that you do go to the next blog or the next video and subscribe to their videos. All right. So then this piece here is going to go on here. And remember, we've got in such a spot that it's like 1/16 of an inch around there. So I'm just going to take that off to the side a bit. We may have to trim this, but if we're careful, we can get this on here in such a way. There we go. And see, that's how that part works, just like that. All right, so then the other part is they have these other fantastic dies down here, which are these tree dies. So I have those, and I have them, I cut them out with Pretty Peacock. And see, that part's just going to go there. But I thought Lost Lagoon would go good on there, but it kind of got lost in the paper. So I went and I put some Pool Party, and I'm going to put some Pool Party on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put glue on the bottom parts of this. And that's going to stick up. And that's just going to go right on there. And then this part is going to go here. Now, like I said, you could do some adhesive sheets on here. I like a lot of free movement on mine, so that's why sometimes I don't use the adhesive sheets. So I'm actually going to let that set. and let it kind of get a little bit drier, because this part here is getting covered. But see, this part's going to be free movement. And then I'm going to put this part, let's see, how's that going to look? If this goes on there, I'm going to just put this down here to see how it's going to look. And go ahead and put this up here. Just a tiny bit on here as well. And also, again, on the pool party. And like I say, we're just going to let that set for a bit. And then that way it's going to not ooze out at all. All right, then the other part that we want to do is we want to do a sentiment. And I said a support. So I have this, we're just going to let that set. I have a piece that's 5/8 of an inch by 2 1/4, I believe. And I'm just going to come in with my embossing buddy. And I have this stamp here for you. And we're going to use our Versamark. And we're going to use white embossing powder on there just to get it so that it's going to really show up. Now I've got to put that embossing thing below there again. Oops. So this is the here for you. And then I'm just going to come in with the white embossing powder. Now I see I've got that a little crooked, but I'll come in and fix that. So I always use cardstock because I don't like the spoons, because I find that what it does is it's quite staticky. So you don't want it to be that staticky. Come in with my silicone mat here. Just so that I can heat right on top of there. And we'll just use our heat gun. And like I say, this is just going to be quite simple. And then now we can start putting this card together. All right, so this can be glued right onto that card base. Straight. Now I'm going to just come in with my tweezers, and we're just going to put this guy down here, down and over a bit. And then with this one, just put that there. And then for this here for you, we're going to just put it there and a dimensional right there to pop it so it doesn't dip down, right? I had all those white dimensionals here. Here we go. That's all the edges. So this is just going to go. We don't want it covering the moon. We want it right about there. So I'm just going to come put a tiny bit of glue here. You can cover part of the moon. Just like that. Let's come in with this last piece here. See how that's going to look. And then for the inside, Thought I had my piece right there. I think this piece is just a bit too big or too small. Oh, here it is. And this is just going to go here. This is 4 by 5 1/4 or 1/4 sheet of cardstock. I have some of this, the Lost Lagoon, on there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just put that in there as well. Now this one, I guess I should have had this set to begin with because we don't want that to float around. This one we could have used the adhesive sheet on. So let's just put that on the inside. Now, at first I thought the Pretty Peacock, the Pretty Peacock, the gold flecked peacock ones would look okay on here, but I found that it was just a little too feminine, I think is what the thing is. So we have these are the tinsel, the 3 gems. So we could go in, and this is a Lost Lagoon is what it's, or Pretty Peacock. I'm going to come in with my Pretty Peacock dark, and I'm just going to color this, and we're going to put these on. Now I've got that. That's almost set to go on there. So just like that. We're going to have it on this end. That is one crooked tree, isn't it? Just like that. And we just want to move this one up a bit. There we go. Boy, they really move around. There we go. That's going on the inside. And then, like I say, this could be here. I use the Pretty Peacock on there. Like I say, the Pretty Peacock, this particular one, maybe was a little too, it is a great Pretty Peacock to go on here. But with the gold flecks, I'm not, you know what? It'll be okay. We're going to use these. Just put that there. And then let's just put a big one right there. So there's our masculine card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, it's a masculine support card. It does go with this particular Encircled with Nature. The other thing is make sure that you're subscribed right down below here. Ring the bell and you'll get notified when I do go live. So I hope you enjoyed that, and have a great day. Remember to create because it's great for the soul. And remember to go to the next blog. Bye for now.